Good morning everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So what can we say about last week? So we had a pretty strong move to the upside last week, but my oscillators are now regrouped to the upside. Nothing really exciting about that, and also top of channel, and we've got this what looks like a bit of a tweezer top at the top of the channel. All of that put together, I am a little bit reluctant looking for longs in this area right now. So really looking for a bit of a deeper pullback and maybe to the bottom of the range and then back up. But there are a number of other signals which are sort of concerning me at the moment. But we are in the midst of earnings season, so with all the money that the Feds have pumped into the market and with stimulus checks that have obviously been jacked into stock markets and cryptocurrencies, I think that little squirt that we've had with the stimulus, which is basically from sort of the 3rd of March here upwards, I think it's coming to an end. So who knows what's going to happen next year? Fed's going to chuck more money at this, but every single thing that you look at on majority of stocks, PE ratios are crazy. Everything you look at is just realistic. You look at it and you think, well, I'm not going to invest in that. It's crazy to invest in that. I'll wait for the pullback before buying that stock. But the problem is the pullbacks need to come back a good 10 to 15%, and that's the one thing that's really concerning me about the Dow Jones. There's only 30 stocks in here, and they're all extremely overvalued right now. So anyway, enough of a rant on that. We are here to trade with whatever the algorithms are doing, and lo and behold, look at the 3 hour, we've got a tweezer top as well. We've gapped down, nothing really transpiring there. Look at my oscillators though, they're pointing down, they've crossed over. So I'm not too excited about looking for a long at the moment. I'm looking for a pullback. I want these oscillators off the top here down to the bottom end here where I can fully commit. I want something like this, even like that. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for at the moment. Looking at the hour, what are the short-term trades at the moment? There definitely some opportunities right here for a long. Remember these weekly gaps, they tend to close in the week, and it's been doing that for just over a year now, where I actually need to look at the stats, but I think the weekly gap probably closing probably about 85 to 90% of the time in the week, and there's probably another stat that it's closing before the Wednesday of the week as well. It's actually worthwhile just going back and testing what's happened this year. But anyway, all we need to know is that weekly gap is a high probability that it closes this week. What we see at the moment is really just gap down and then sideways confusion here. So with all of that being said and all that muttering and rambling at the moment, what are we looking for? We're still looking to go with the trend. So this, see the diversions brewing here. So this area right here is a fairly good area to be looking for an opportunity. That's 34,087. 3,400 will be an opportunity as well, being a round number. So that's going to be around here, 3412, somewhere around there. And then another opportunity further down at 33,928. So you may ask, Dilly Gaff, why are you looking for longs when you are concerned on the higher time frames? Well, quite simple. The trend is up. I want to trade with the trend until the trend is no longer up. Once the trend is no longer up and it's changed, then I will look to change the direction of my trades. But at the moment, we are still moving to the upside. But you need to be very cautious. Your take profit area is going to be this previous high here, which is 34,260. I'd actually aim for 34,250, to be honest. Something around there, I think. 34,228. So that's kind of the area that I would be aiming for any move to the upside. So when the US opens, I do expect us to try and push and create another high. Third time lucky. And if it rejects that and we start falling, then we have a bigger picture on hand. So that being said, this level here is critical as well. So that's the first fractal. So we're looking to close a gap, come back, come below this, and it's going to be messy. It's not going to be smooth sailing. So come back, close a gap, come back, break these levels, come back, test it, and then I'd start looking for any short-term shorts, with tight stops, just looking for each of these levels. Okay, but at the moment it's not looking smooth sailing, and if I look at the weekly at the moment, look at my oscillators again, I've got a grouping over there, I've got another grouping here, and look at how parabolic this is. And the other thing that you also need to bear in mind, and remember what I've said, is when you see patterns like this, let's just do that and do that. Well, that's not going to help us. So when you see patterns like that, so you can see I've got a wedge with another wedge forming inside the wedge, and then a breakout to the upside. Remember, the probability of this continuing up is only 25%. So it can continue for quite some time, but there's no guarantee that it is just going to continue up in a straight line. So the higher probability is it's going to come back to find support and test breakouts. And at the moment, that's your first target, because it'll be bottom of the bigger wedge or channel, whichever way you want to look at. So any move to the downside that's confirmed, you're looking for 31,539. But on the bigger picture, you have a deeper pullback over here as well. Okay, and you also have one all the way down here. So not so sure the Feds will allow that to happen. They'll probably just print more money and chuck more money at the market. But that is creating its own problems anyway. So that's kind of the view that I've got at the moment. So I'd be very, it's cautiously trading to the upside, cautiously staying with the trend at the moment until the trend changes. Okay, anyway, that's enough rambling for me this morning. Whatever you do, please be safe and watch those stops really closely. Keep them close, keep them tight, rather lose a bit than lose a lot. Okay, anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch you later. Cheers for now.